Hello, LaGrange. Welcome to another episode of Let's Talk LaGrange. And today we have with us Wyatt Walker. And Wyatt, tell us what department you work for, what you do for the city.
I am an archivist and museum curator at the Fayette Heritage Museum and Archives, which is upstairs at the Fayette Public Library.
And this is a really cool facility. You want to talk a little bit about the history of the archive and what all you do and what there is to kind of see for people that may not know much about the facility.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Heritage Museum and Archives was a bicentennial project. So it's been around since the 70s, mid-70s. We started getting some of our donations. And so we have two climate-controlled vaults that have full fire suppression, everything like that. Wow. And it's full of photographs, documents, everything for the entire history of the whole county. So, thousands and tens of thousands of photographs, things like that. We also have a workroom in the back of the area that has, just artifacts from throughout time. So we have this little two-wheeled cart that a horse would pull for the horse racing that used to happen up at the fairgrounds way back in the day. We have old tools like chisels and stuff from the Stoltz Memorial. They're original tools they used to make the old gravestones and everything here in town.
I noticed one thing when we came in to do the interview is the interactive screen that has pictures of old buildings. You can look up various facilities. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so we have a large touchscreen map. We have several maps that you can click through from different eras, and most of them are what are called Sanborn fire insurance maps. So late 1800s, early 1900s. They show all the businesses around the square, for insurance purposes. But what the screen does is you can tap on each building there, and it'll have a list of all the photographs on one side, all the known photographs that we have of that building. And on the right side is all of the tenants there, the people that either owned it or the businesses that were there. And generally we have stuff going back to the mid-1800s up to current day for all those businesses. And so it's it's very impressive, but it's also just a great research tool, because before that it was reams and reams of 3-ring binders that you had to dig through to find any of that information.
Yeah, it's really cool. That is one of the neatest things in here, I think, is to be able to go back and look at some of the buildings on the square and see who the tenants were and what the building originally looked like. And it's really a neat resource on that. So what excites you about coming into the work every day?
It's really neat. So my background is I used to work in tech. I finished my library degree a few years ago and was volunteering at Austin Public Library. And so, I love the archival side. That was a lot of my focus in grad school, but I love that it also has the public-facing aspect. It's not just for no shade on that, but it's not just for, academic research. It's people coming in learning about their family history, learning about the history of their house. Some of the houses in town go back over 100 years, and we can sometimes find when it was built, who built it, that kind of stuff. And so it's great saving the history of the county and having it focused on that, but also having it be just a public free resource for anybody and everybody that lives here or has family here or history here or anything like that.
Yeah, is a facility like this pretty unique to a city?
That's my understanding. It's we have a lot of counties around here that will come to us for inspiration or for questions, things like that. We're ahead of a lot of the towns of comparable size or counties that are similar. And we do a lot of sharing too. So we have artifacts here that we'll share back and forth, or at least scans. So there's a lot of museums in Fayette County, and they're all fantastic. And we'll kind of share stuff when we find something that's like, oh, this is about this town or this kind of this idea. So we're a great resource for people and for all the other historical kind of organizations.
Okay, so working in a place that stores history and whatnot, what's your favorite era of history?
So that's a tough one. So I mentioned my background is in tech. I actually find the early days of computing to be just really fascinating. We went in relatively short order from room-sized computers to desktops, and how fast that technology evolved, and it's so influential nowadays to look back and see how we got here. We have functionally supercomputers in our pockets. It's mind-blowing.
It is fascinating stuff. So are you talking like the early IBM years, or more like the Steve Jobs, Bill Gates?
Well, all the way back to like the ENIAC and how they had to basically, they went to the moon on what was basically, a floppy disk worth of storage or something like that. So,
okay. So going back to the 50s, 60s era.
There's the Cray supercomputer, which has benches all around it you can sit on. can't really sit on computers nowadays.
Yeah. Well, I guess we do in our phone.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, something that'll
Something along those lines. Well, neat. And what are your hours?
So we mostly match the library hours.
Okay.
So Tuesday through Friday we match the library hours. Oh, and Saturday we're here as well, but closed Sunday, closed Mondays.
Okay. Okay. And if people have questions, they can just call, or can they email you?
Yeah, you can call, you can email. We're always very responsive, and again, a lot of the photographs and stuff we have scanned in. So we have researchers, across the U.S. and outside of the country ask for things, and we have, high definition archival scans that we're able to send people for a lot of stuff too.
That's neat. Do you get any questions from folks from like Germany or Czech kind of questions?
Not since I've been here.
Okay.
We haven't talked too much about or too much from folks overseas. Our collection is definitely kind of leaned towards the German side because we have that Czech heritage center here in town. So a lot of the Czech materials are with them. But one thing that's pretty neat is we're working with the Texas German dialect project that's at University of Texas. And so we have this old day book of this guy that was relatively prominent here in town and kept day-to-day records. And so we're interested in it because we love the translation and get the historical bit, and then UT is working to see kind of how the language here changed and both reflected where they came from in Germany, but also how it changed with the Texan influence there. So
well, we have a pretty robust history board or commission, I guess. Is that accurate?
The County Historical Commission? Yeah. So I'm a member of that. I joined basically as soon as I started here. And so, there are a lot of projects we do through the commission that are kind of centered here just because of our resources. So,
well, I think this is a great asset. And if folks haven't been here, they need to come by and see y'all.
Yeah, I'll be explicit. We're upstairs at the library. So next time you check out books or renew your library card, come up and see us.
Another way to check out the building. That's it. All right.
Cool.
What? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.